Welcome to Hell in a Hallway with your host Billy, and we have a very special treat today. Not that all the shows aren't a special treat, but today is kind of interesting. I did an actual workshop. I did an actual workshop on side pieces, and at the time it was really on just side chicks, but at this point we're going to call it side pieces because men can be a side piece too. Yes, absolutely. But I want to talk about why it's gotten a little bit more popular and why it's been deemed okay. But there's something I wanted to be able to play because I so enjoyed this music that I heard my mom was playing the other day, and it really, I think, fits this. So bear with me a little bit, and I think you'll recognize it if you're over 30. You guys remember that? And by the way, I don't own the rights to any of this music, and I really need to say it in regards to this, right? Uh-oh, Kool in the Gang. She's so fresh. And that's what people are thinking too. When they're getting with people, that's not their primary mate. You know, they see things as new. And they're checking it out just like this. Check it out. Ooh, she's very nice. She's a lady. Feeling so, she's fresh, is so fresh, exciting. So, therein lies the problem, right? So exciting to me. Therein lies the problem. Let's go back through it. Let's kind of understand why it's such a problem. So back to our regular scheduled programming with the music that's probably not as exciting as that. But check out Kool in the Gang on YouTube. And like I said, that song was absolutely wonderful to hear again because I heard it the other day when my mom came by. But side chicks or side pieces, excuse me. And this is really about having a relationship that's outside of your actual relationship that's considered secret, right? So it's an adultery, an infidelity affair. These concepts are not new. They've been around since the dawn of time, since the dawn of partnerships, right? What has changed, however, is the acceptance of it. That has changed. That is different. But what's some background? So between 30 and 60% of all married individuals will engage in some sort of infidelity at some point in their marriage. So that's basically saying that no marriage is adultery proof, right? And that information is from Women's Health. But the more common something becomes, the more we show these images online, on television, in music, oh my goodness, the more acceptable the idea comes to us. And as the idea becomes more perpetual in terms of consistently hearing that message, we start breaking down our defenses and the taboo-ness of it, right? There's a quote that this particular psychologist had brought up. His name is, let's see here. Oh, Medical Daily brought up a particular quote by Drake, and let me read it. He said, "This is dedicated to all the side pieces. I know you'll never be more and you'll always be less, but there's comfort in knowing that you're okay being second best." Oh my God. Isn't that awful? What has happened to us when we're okay with being second best? What's going on? Why is this now acceptable? Do you know there's research that suggests that people believe because there is a shortage of viable, available men, it makes it more acceptable for women to be in relationships in which they know. Now, I'm not talking about these affairs where a woman has no idea that a man is with someone. That's different, right? I'm talking about where it is clearly understood on what her place is. And it comes from the idea that she may believe there's nothing else viable out here, and then we start to take pride in that particular relationship. We create a delusion around it that it's okay, and that's what we really want. Isn't that nuts? But that's what we do. That's what ends up happening. So even though most people feel like infidelity is wrong, 46% of individuals say that they have engaged in some type of extramarital affair, and half of them felt they didn't have any regrets. Isn't that interesting? 62% of individuals, and again, all this information is coming from Women's Health, said they would rather be in the marriage they were in instead of destroying it with a side piece or having an affair or infidelity, whatever language that you want to use for it. So it is just shocking when we engage in these kind of behaviors. But that particular quote by Drake really spoke to me, and it really said, wow, people are actually telling you that you'll be nothing more. People are actually telling you that you're second best, and he's actually happy that you're okay with it. How does that make you feel? What does that mean to you, right? But let's go into the psyche of what it is to be a side piece. Now, it's interesting. There's so much information regarding side chicks. Very little information on men being side pieces, right? But the phenomenon still occurs with both men and women. Why is it that we can't be authentic in our relationships? Why can't we just tell a person that we're done? But there is something that happens to us when we engage in these relationships. There's a reason why we can't be honest, or we won't be honest. Let's go with that. There's something that happens in the brain when we engaging in these secret affairs. And I'm going to share them with you in part 2 of the video, but I at least wanted to give you some numbers out there and even let you understand and see that how the phenomenon is becoming more acceptable, right? There's a song that I heard, I remember when I did my workshop on it, and it was about, I'll have him for the weekend and you can have him Monday through Thursday. I'm like, I was outdone by the fact that this music we're pumping this into our spirits, into our minds, into our souls, and we are breaking down our defenses that's saying that this is not okay. Listen to the lyrics of what you sing, of what you're listening to. Really read them, because you are digesting that message. The more we see things, the more they feel acceptable, the more they seem okay. So once again, tune in next time. I want you to see what happens to the brain during this particular side piece, side chick, and affair, infidelity, whatever we want to call it, right? I want you to get an idea of why it perpetuates and why it can continue, and why people are not authentic in their main relationship and just separating themselves if that's what they really want to do. So see you next time. Thanks for listening to Kool in the Game with me, and take care.